couple years ago started putting bikes together for people. I mean, I just kind of got the weird bike bug. I mean, I've ridden bikes forever. You know, I mean, I went to school in Philly, I don't know, 15 years ago, and rode around there. Was a road cyclist then, had spandex on, did that kind of stuff. And finally figured out that it was just a really good way to get around. And was a courier down there for a while, and just, you know, have been on bikes ever since. So the main lugs are all stainless on this one, and then that's not, just because the fucking, you know, the bottom bracket lug it's so detailed that kind of getting in there and getting it to even any close to acceptable level of polish is just days of work. I mean, I don't polish stuff anyway. That's as finished as those will be. Yeah. I don't buy the whole, you know, the whole chrome stainless thing. It's just friggin' hours of work. And in the end, you know, it's like life scuffs it up anyway. What I've been doing is, or what I've told myself I'd do, is anytime there's any kind of lull, I'll just build something that I'm interested in building and then sell them as project bikes. Yeah, so sell them built up, sell them, you know.
Build it rather than get rid of it.
Yeah, and just kind of, you know, and basically have them pay for the materials and a bit of my time and you know, make sure that I'm always experimenting. Because the thing that I've found is that people are so friggin' unimaginative. I mean, they see something and they want it. And so if you're not making it, if you don't have it, so they just want the thing you've already built. Right. They're like, oh, I like that. And so pretty soon you build 70 fucking patina bikes, and you're just sick of the patina, and you want to build something that's going to get painted, you know. And so, you know, so I'm just in that thing where it's like anytime I've got a lull, I want to, you know, try and broaden people's horizons a little bit, so it's not just, you know, one city fixie after another kind of thing. And the thing is, you know, I mean, the threading obviously is the same on a fixed gog as on a freewheel, and the only drawback is you don't have quite as many threads to thread onto if it's stepped down for a lock ring. But shit, if it's good enough to hold a fixed cog, it's going to be good enough for a freewheel.
People lose sight of that. You know, I mean, I guess you could make an argument that like the forces of it are sitting then on the break of the two threads, but I can't see that making any difference.
No, it's a bulky enough and rigid enough assembly that I don't buy that. I didn't go to UBI, but I bought the Anvil jig. Like, there's only a few shops in the country that have that jig because it's ridiculous. But they were out of the cheaper version of their jig when I wanted to start building bikes, and it was like, okay, well, you know, let's kind of evaluate this. I can either wait for 4 months to start practicing when this is what I'm now going to do with my life, or I can spend a couple $1,000 more for the time to practice. You know, it's like, lucky. So,
is it laminate?
Yeah, it's bent lamination, just like the fenders. So I lay them up square, and then the trick is that this dimension has to be exactly 25/4 or 26 or whatever you're going for. Lay it up as wide as you want, joint one side, cut it to the right dimension this way so that you've got a square that's the right dimension, and then just taking a router bit, quarter round router bit, and going over each corner. I set one up in a stem and put it in my vise and went at it with a 2x4. It's like some product testing, kind of, you know, totally unofficial, you know. And I managed to break it. I mean, you know, 5 foot length of 2x4, swinging it over my head at this thing. After, I guess, 7 or 8 hits, it cracked. And I thought, yeah, well, I mean, let me put some aluminum bars in here and see what happens. They'll fold on the first shot. They didn't. They were pretty fucking tough. You know, it was like, oh wow, son of a bitch. You know, hey, you know what would be really good for making bars? Tubing, metal tubing. These are massive wide ones for the English guy's bike. The way bent lamination works is that if you bend these things, you'll notice that they have to be able to slide past each other to do that, because obviously the radius on the outside one is going to be slightly bigger than the inside one. But as soon as the glue is cured, they're stuck, man. It's like making plywood. So it's not like steam bending, where the wood has a memory and eventually it'll try and go back. And I mean, to steam bend stuff, you have to way over bend it and then let it kind of go back a little bit and then